the cloud might be already clearing for the time being. And you're right, we only got 2 months left in 2021. So the focus now is really on next year. And if you look at next year, I think one of the theme will be the bad news is good news. Why do I say that? Everybody knows next year is going to be challenging economic-wise, not just for China, but also globally. But this downward pressure on the Chinese economy means two things. At first, that China still has a very strong pipeline of the monetary and fiscal policies to support economic growth if needed. And China did not use any of these policies, didn't use much stimulus this year, as you know. So more to come next year, perhaps, and you can expect China to unveil these stimulus policies perhaps starting first quarter of next year. That's good news. And the second thing is that the so-called regulatory crackdown or risk may ease a bit, also related to the economic pressure. So given the growth challenge next year, China may very well pause on some of the regulatory tightening, starting with real estate. For example, I think the current round of real estate tightening, which started around August last year, it's probably over for now. Mainly because both the economy and the real estate market are softening, and the government has likely got what they wanted, which is a gradual deflation of the real estate bubble.
That is interesting. I wonder what that means for the overall economic environment, because this regulatory crackdown will come with its impact on China's economic story or rather economic growth going forward. And so what would that mean for China's growth trajectory?
Regardless of this regulatory pressure or tightening, the Chinese growth is slowing regardless, and it may be intentional because from China's perspective, we don't need to grow at 8, 10%, 15% anymore. I think going forward, trend line growth maybe 5 or 6%. That's already good enough. That's already perhaps double or triple the global average. So this year, for example, we are already well above the target of 6%. First quarter up 18. Second quarter up 7.9, fourth quarter 4.9, I think. Sorry, third quarter 4.9, and I think fourth quarter China can do 4%, no problem. 4%, so this year that means it can be 8%. That's well above the 6% target. Next year, most likely they will guide another 5 to 6% growth, and that's good enough. But back to the connection to the regulatory risk is because the regulatory risk will be around because China is trying to execute a series of these reforms to improve the quality of the economy, to enhance the national security, social security, data security, internet security, all kind of security related issues. So as I was saying, even though China may take a pause on some of these policies, but doesn't mean the long-term direction has changed. Going forward, back to your question, going forward, I think you can expect a continuous balancing act between supporting economic growth and continue to execute these regulatory reforms. It's going to go hand in hand. So if economy is good, they may do more reforms. If economy weakening, they may kind of step back a bit.